I don't need your help. Understand?
We're under attack! It'll turn you to stone! Don't look at it!
Okay, so now we're back a couple days later. I wasn't able to finish that combat in that session, but hey, we're back now. We're in this. Let's recap really quick. They're in the mountains, going to the Dwarven capital. Karvok is leading this caravan of other traders. He's hired Ming and another couple, a half-orc couple. One of them is a paladin, one of them is a cleric. Korban and his wife, Rahav. Now, they are going to the Dwarven capital. Remember we said there are going to be 5 segments of the trip. On the first segment, they're attacked by a basilisk. It's crawled out of its cave. Now, Korban clearly has experience with these kinds of creatures before, sees it, and warns the others not to look at it. And of course, he immediately does so because this is that kind of adventure apparently, and he starts turned to stone. Now he's failed his first check, which means that at the end of this next round, at the end of his turn, if he fails his check again, he's turned to stone completely. If he succeeds, all is well. So we're really hoping he succeeds. But then, now that he's told them that, they're all kind of aware of it, and so we're going to continue the fight. We're at the top of the round. It's Ming's turn at the beginning of the round. Now, knowing that, I want to consult the fate chart about this. Here's the question. Is this basilisk going to fight to the death? It's a very low intelligence. It's running more on instinct. I would assume that because of that, it's not going to, it's self-preservation is going to kick in at some point, right? So here's the question, fate chart. Is the basilisk going to fight to the death? I think that's very unlikely. I think instinct's going to kick in. And so our fate chart, our chaos rank is 5, and not after this fight it won't be. But right now it's 5. And so very unlikely. 41, that is no. So this creature is not going to fight to the death. If it gets to a certain point, we'll say to 20% of its health, which is coming out very shortly. We'll say it's gonna run. It's gonna hightail out of here. It's not gonna fight to the death. Its instinct, its natural self-preservation instincts, is gonna kick in. So, okay, I think we just have to survive this round, or not get petrified this round. That said, it hasn't actually landed a clean hit. It's relying on its petrification, I think. So, Ming's turn. He's been told don't look at it. Korban and the creature were engaged in melee. Ming went in and swiped a couple times, totally flubbed it up, and then the creature backed up a bit as well. So it's about 10 feet away now. I get 2 attacks. So here's what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, I think Ming is just going to swing as hard as he can. I'm actually use Flurry of Blows, so that enables me, as a Kensei, I can use my Kensei weapons with me. So I'm going to spend a key point, and then that means I'm going to get 4 attacks with my Kensei weapon, which is going to be my sword, which is already out, so it's okay. Alright, let's roll. So let's roll for the first 2. Oh, yeah, that's right. So first 2. First one's 11 plus 8, 19. That definitely is going to hit his armor class of 15. Second one is 7 plus 8. That is a 15? Yeah, that's a 15. His armor class 15, good. So those first 2 hit. Then we'll go to our Flurry of Blow, its attacks. Oh no, so 5, oh goodness. 5 plus 8 equals 13, those that will miss. Yeah, and then a natural 1. So how I do this is I roll a percentile. So right now it's at 40%. If I roll 40% or lower, it's a critical fumble. If it's higher, it's not. And that raises every 10% every time. Every time I roll a 1 in the session, next time it'll be, if it's under 50%, it's a critical fumble. Next time is 60. So I gotta get 41 or higher. Great. That's a 98. Whew, okay, so no critical fumble. Alright. Both those miss. So the first 2 attacks definitely hit. So that is going to be, he's 2-handing it. He's not doing 1 hand, he's 2-handing it, so 1d10. So that's going to be 2d10. And then I'm also going to hit, come on, stop. I'm also going to spend 2 key points to add an additional 1d6. We're going all out. I wanna get out of this in this fight as soon as we can. So here we go. Nice. We've got 10, 19 damage, 20 plus 3, which is 19 plus 3 was 22, right? Yes, 22 plus 4, 26 damage. Ming runs up, just brandishing his weapon. And out of that, just slashing. Before, I think he was trying to be very careful to get in between the armor plates, whatever. He just doesn't care anymore. And also, he's not quite looking. He's just kind of, swiping as much as he can without directly looking at the creature. And so he just, so 2 of those hits are going to land, and 2 of them are not. And also, he's imbued his weapon with this key, and so he's and every time it strikes, a little mini shockwave coming from where it hits. And he's just going to town, slash. Bits and pieces of the creature's armor falling off. The sword is ringing in his hand every time he hits. I mean, he's just going to town. And at this point, the creature starts bleeding, blood starts spitting out. Even Korban is sitting there struggling with his own petrification, seeing this happen, and it's just crazy, right? And so, Ming's just, he's just looking down at the ground, trying not to look at the creature, right? Trying to make sure he doesn't look at it. You can see he's very frustrated, very pissed, very angry. That's his turn. I can't do it. I've done my bonus action attack. Yeah, I can't do anything else. It's now Korban's turn. And so, remember we said the creature is going to try and escape. Well, the creature is starting to show signs of escape. Would Korban let it go? I don't think he would. I think at this point, it's a matter of honor. He's got to deal with this creature that's trying to turn him to stone. So he is going to roll, but his attacks will be at disadvantage. So I'm going to have him roll both of his regular attacks. He's at disadvantage. So the first attack with his Morning Star is a 6 plus 8. So 6 plus 8 is 14, right? Yeah, that doesn't hit. Next attack is 2 7s. Wow. So that's only going to be 15, right? Oh wait, that does hit. 15. That's right. That does hit. Nice. So it's just a hit. So it's only going to be a 1d8 plus 5. Got a d8 here, but he only needs 7 to do it. So he only needs to roll a 2. He only needs to roll a 2 to kill this creature. And he rolled a 2. Look at that. I hope that's a sign of things to come. So that kills it. So Korban he's struggling with it. He swings this first one. He can feel his muscle fibers that normally feel lithe and fine. They're cracking and creaking as he tries to. He swings as hard as he could, misses it entirely. He's struggling to even move his Morning Star, the very weapon he's trained for years with. But now he's struggling to even lift it. And he has his shield up in his face, right? And so he sees the shadow on the ground of the creature, and he kind of looks at it, and he closes his eyes and just brings it down as hard as he can where he thinks the creature will be. And he hears it, the sickening, as the spikes from his Morning Star just stick into some of the parts of the exposed skin where Ming had chopped off the armor. And he feels it drop to the ground. And at that point, he lets go of his Morning Star. Clutches his chest. Combat's over. But at the end of his round, he still has to make a save. It's a DC 12. And actually, I'm going to have Rahav, his wife, walk over and aid him. She's going to use her magics to heal in whatever way she can. I'll take a level off of her. Well, actually, does she even have a spell that would actually help? So she casts Bless on him, so that's an additional 1d4. Here we go. Oh, goodness, please. Please. DC 12. Constitution saving throw. Ooh. It was a 14 plus 7, 21. We're good. Oh my gosh. So, she comes over there. Rahav comes over there, and her hands glowing with the blessing from from Sarenrae as they touch. She touches on on her husband Korban. He uses he can feel the magic infusing his body. And little pieces of stone fall off his skin, kind of fall off all around him. And he cracks, and more pieces of stone fall off, but he starts moving normally again. He's clearly back up. At that point, Carvot comes out of his wagon, as well as some of the other members of the caravan. Hey, is everything okay? Is everything all right? Ming, my boy, you did good. Thanks, Carvot, but our friend here did most of the work. He is the one that deserves your praise. Nonsense. If you had not exposed some of the creature's skin, I would not have been able to deal the final blow. You are just as much to share in the victory as me, young monk. Thank you. They kind of share a look for a moment of like mutual respect, but it's okay. All right. At that point, Carvok, says, okay, back into the wagons, boys. Let's keep moving. So they keep moving. Ming looks at the creatures. Everybody's getting ready to go. You have fought these creatures before? Yes. They're called a basilisk. If its eyes lock with yours, it can turn you to stone. I was careless and let it get the best of me. But you're fine now. He glances over at his wife. Through the help of my wonderful wife, I am okay. And she kind of, she acts a little embarrassed, but then walks off. But it is strange. What? What's strange? These creatures normally stay in their caves. It's a danger to go into their caves because you have to deal with them. I do not understand why it is out here, or what purpose it came to the surface. It is very strange indeed. Yeah, that is. But there have been reports of creatures like this leaving their caves and hovels. That's why we were hired to help Carvot get to the Dwarven capital. Indeed. Well, we must carry on. Of course. And forgive me, you've told me your name, but I honestly didn't commit it to memory. It was too sour at the moment. What is your name again? You are very honest, young monk. I am Korban Kailo. That is my wife, Rahav. And you are Ming Zhao, a monk of the Order of the Dragon. Ming's a little convicted of the fact that Korban committed his name to memory and his order. Yes, I'm happy to serve with you. He does the customary bow. Korvat nods, and they go back to their wagons. Okay. Goodness. I'm going to call the scene there. That's our first segment of the trip. Remember, episode 5. Still 12 people, still 12 wagons. No, there's 12 people, plus Ming and Korvak. Plus Ming, Korvak, and the two Kairos. So we've got 16 people in all in the caravan. I got 6 wagons, so yeah. All right. All is well, sort of. And so we were attacked by a basilisk. Fun. Now we're on to the next segment of the trip. Now, new scene altogether. We're now going through our second segment to the Dwarven capital. Now, threads are still the same. We're helping Karvak with this. That's what we're doing right now. We don't know where Tai Yang went. That's still unclear. We're not sure what happened to him, but I'm sure we'll find out. We are still going to meet Jem in 3 months. Now, remember, it's been about 3 weeks since that. So we have about 2 months, until we have to come back and get to, get back to the village at the foot of the mountains. Now, remember, I've DM'd in this world before. From Soldera to the Dwarven capital normally takes about a week and a half travel, but because of the dangerous conditions, I'm going to say it's going to take about 2 weeks to get there. So, yeah, he'll need, basically, when Ming gets to the Dwarven capital, he'll only have maybe a week there, and he has to come back. So yeah, Tai Yang's gone. We're meeting Jem. And then, of course, there's rumors of the merchant militia being in turmoil, but we're not sure if that's ever going to come into play here. All right. So, off onto our Next scene. So chaos rank is going to go up to 6. Absolutely, chaos rank is going up to 6. There was no way Ming was in control of that scene. So we roll a d10 against our chaos rank. If it's 6 or less, it changes. If it's 7 or more, it's not. And whether it's odd or even determines the kind of change. 1. Okay, so it definitely changes. It's an odd number, so that's an altered scene. So it's not quite what we expected it to be. I do want to roll the nature of the alteration. So we'll do this. We'll roll on our chart. That's 40. Postpone. Oh no, that's not good. And then 41. Postpone advice. Postpone advice. I'm not sure what that means right this second, but I'm sure it'll come into play here in a little bit. I want to roll for the weather. So, because we said it was perfect clear skies when they left Saldera. Well, now they've climbed actually into the mountains. So, do like we normally do. Roll a d12. 12 is awesome weather. 1 is a blizzard. 5. So, it's not awesome. I'm going to say maybe a light dusting, it's middle, right? So a light dusting of snow. It's cold, it's snowing now. It's not like blizzard, but it's a light dusting. It's starting, like winter has set in the higher edge of the mountains, right? So light dusting of snow, climbing in the mountains, second segment of our journey. Okay, let's consult the fate chart. So the fate chart, are they going to be attacked? I think it's likely. I think it's likely. That's kind of the theme we're getting here at. So I think it's likely they're going to attack. Chaos rank is 6. We have a 53, likely 6. That's a yes. So they are going to be attacked. So we'll roll off of our Xanathar's table here in a moment. So as they're all in their wagons, Ming is sitting next to Karvok. They're in the leading wagon going through the trail. Remember I said that this is there are roads, sort of. This used to be a very well-traveled trade route, but because of the creatures coming up out of the mountains lately, it hasn't been as safe. And so Ming and Karvok are sitting there, and Ming's silent. He's, looking at a sword, whatever. And I think Karvok is going to sense that Ming isn't... I think Karvok's going to kind of remember that Ming isn't happy that he hired the Kairos. Ming, when are you going to tell me you're not happy? What, Karvok? Don't play dumb. I can tell you're not happy about me hiring the Kairos. It's your business, Karvok. You do whatever you believe is right, okay? No, something's wrong. You don't like this. Of course I don't. I had an opportunity to show you how strong I was, how much I've trained, how much better I've gotten, and now you've hired someone else who's clearly better than me, and stronger than me. Again. Ming. Look, I never doubted your strength. Okay, pretend for a second I believe you. Go on. You're a friend. I don't want to lose you. Okay? If they die, it's business. They knew the risks. If you die, you're my friend. There's a difference. Fine. Fine. You're my friend as well. Thank you for that. Of course. Now, if you want my advice, trust him. He seems strong, and he might have something to teach you. Maybe. I'm old enough to know you're not going to listen to me. I'm old enough to listen. So at this point, I think that they're going to go back to bantering. They're back to, relaxing and stuff. Like, it's nothing super tense. That's my way of interpreting postpone advice. I think Ming understands that he might be able to learn something from Korban, but his pride's getting in the way. All right. What do we get attacked by? Please be easy. Please be easy. Please be easy. Please be easy. Now, I'm not going to do the same thing twice. So if I roll a basilisk again, I'm not going to do that. So, all right. 33. Okay. That is... Oh, that's cool. We don't actually... I don't think we're going to get attacked. I actually don't think we're going to get attacked. Oh, this is cool. Oh. All right. So, this is really cool. So, the fate chart says we're going to get attacked. So, I need to re-roll this thing because I think this is really cool. I have to re-roll it. It'll make sense. Don't worry. 18? Yeah, 18. All right. All right. So, the this is cool. The caravan comes up, crests a hill, and then it starts going around a crevice. Remember, it's lightly snowing, so at this point, snow is kind of started piling on the ground, and the carts you can hear the as it's crunching the snow as it goes. The horses seem to be in good spirits. Everything seems to be going well, despite the attack. No real casualties. When they come around a bend, they see that the path widens out to an actual kind of larger clearing before narrowing again and going further down the hill. To the left, they see it's clearly a mining encampment, and it's an active one too. At it, they can see 9 dwarven soldiers all sitting around a campfire, huddled around a campfire, with a mule nearby. And they see on the other across from them another smaller encampment of miners who are also huddled around a campfire. Some of them are coming in and out of the mine. So, okay, this is cool. While they are coming up, Korvat, stops the caravan. One of the soldiers walks up, and you can tell he looks to be more senior looking of them. Fate chart. Does Korban know the soldier? I think it's somewhat likely. Chaos rank 6. 86. Somewhat likely. That's... No. Okay, that's sad. Oh, well. So no, Korvak doesn't recognize this... Because remember, he's a dwarf, so he doesn't recognize the dwarven captain or whatever. And so... Ming knows Dwarven, so he's privy to this conversation. The Dwarven captain comes up and goes, "Oi, where are you going?" And Korvak responds, "Deep Jord. We have a trade caravan trying to re-establish trade with our home. Is there a problem?" "Yes. These roads are very dangerous now. Very, very dangerous." We're aware. We can handle ourselves, okay? You gonna let us pass?" "Sure. But, be careful, okay? Some of my men saw a lion earlier." "A lion? Really?" "Yeah. It may have gotten out of one of those traveling caravans that takes exotic animals around here. Good luck." "Good luck to yourself." Of course, Ming's used to dwarven brusqueness, right? And so he goes back, and the guy that sounds surprisingly like Korvak, I didn't mean that to happen, goes back, sits amongst the other dwarven soldiers, and they all kind of talk. So this is an active mine. I'm going to make a note that we found an active mine in the mountains. It could come in handy later, I don't know. He said there are reports of a lion in the area. A lion's not too tough, but it's still tough enough to be a problem. But still. Anyway, the caravan continues on. So here's the question. Fate chart. Does it happen now? Yes or no? 50-50. 62. That's a yes. So they go around the bend. They're going down elevation before they see another steep climb coming up. They get down to a small sub-valley. It's still snowing. It's still frigid. They're still way up in the mountains. And they come to it, but there's in this little small valley, there are deciduous trees, like pines and things like that. And they find a clearing where they think it's a good place to camp for the night. Remember, it's going to take about a week to get there, and so, I think it's 2 weeks. It's going to take about 2 weeks to get there, so they're not in a rush. So they circle the wagons in a clearing full of trees. The area is protected from the snowfall, so it's perfect for a place to make camp. They get a fire going, get food cooking, all that stuff. Most of these guys are dwarves, so they know what they're doing. Ming is very familiar with dwarven culture and is very at home. Obviously, Rahav and Korban are not, and so Ming makes sure to invites them to the campfire and makes them feel more at home. All right, into the night. They're going to get attacked. So, here's the question: do the people they have set up for watch? Do they notice this? D20 plus 4 for perception, just to give them a basic, a basic stat. That's 18 plus 4, 22. Okay, and then this creature, we're gonna give its stealth is 6, so 13 was 19, so 19, 22. So it definitely fails to sneak up. So at this point, one of the other members of the caravan who's not fighting is going to pull their weight doing this. They're staying up late, and this dwarf is huddled in front of the fire and looks out occasionally into the darkness. It's got dark vision, so he's not worried. And he sees it off in the distance. And he makes it. It's this 4-legged creature creeping through the snow. He can't make out what it is, but he can tell it's clearly coming forward the camp and for that campfire. And so his instinct is to go, wake up. But he's going to be smart about this. He gets up and goes to Karvak's wagon, taps him. Karvak, what? So, there's something out there. What? There's something out there. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something out there. At this point, Ming wakes up too. What's he talking about? He says there's something out there. Ming, will you go investigate it? Right? Of course. So Ming gets up, grabs his sword, steps out, pulls his cloak around him. It's cold. Where is it? Right there. And of course, he's got dark vision. He can see it. Can you help me be a little bit more specific? I don't have dark vision. Sure. It's... no. So he walks over, grabs a log, and ties a piece of fabric. Makes a makeshift torch, right? Ties a piece of fabric, puts oil on it, lights it, gives it to Ming. So Ming's walking with a torch into the darkness. And as he walks, he hears a... almost like the guy signaling you're close. So Ming's looking around. At this point, he's now more alert. He's waking up, he's looking around, and at the edge of the darkness, he sees it. It's crouching there, and it's a massive, massive lion. Alright, I'm going to do a real quick combat just between Ming and this lion. So both are going to roll initiative. Ming's going to have, not very well. Not very good. Look, if Ming can't take on a single lion, then he really shouldn't be an adventurer, okay? So, Ming's got a 19, 11, and the lion has got a 7. Alright, here we go. Ming's going first. So, he sees them, they see each other. There's no surprise around here. He's still stealthing, but there's no surprise around. Ming's gonna take actually, yeah, it would be an action. That's okay, that's fine. So Ming's gonna, he's gonna use his move action to just kind of stick the torch into the ground, right where he is. Stand up, pull his sword out, and he's gonna use the dodge action. So that gives him a +2 to his AC if he gets attacked. So, okay. Yeah. He's gonna do the dodge action. That gives him +2 to his AC. He's gonna ready his sword, looking at the creature. So, it's now its turn. He's about 20 feet away, for sure. And he's just gonna... He's going to launch as hard as he can. He's going to do what's called a pounce. So he's going to hit, move forward. And if he hits with his claw attack, he's going to forces Ming to make a DC 13 strength check or be knocked prone. So he's going to make that attack. That's his claw. That is +5 to hit. Okay. 14 plus 5 is 19, which with Ming's... Ming is doing the dodge action that adds +2, So it gives him a 19, but he did get a 19. So it does hit. Come on. Even with a dodge action, he's not good. So Ming is surprised by the ferocity and the quickness of this creature. It pounces forward, and Ming tries to hit it out of the way, but it just pushes his claw and square on his chest and slashes him. That does a 1d6 plus 3. That's 7 slashing damage. All right. So Ming, and so he's got to do a DC 13 strength save. Oh no, that's only a 9. So no, what the? So this creature slashes him and then pounds his shoulder, puts him square in his chest. Ming goes square prone, boom, and this guy is not prone. And then the lion gets a bite as a bonus action. Oh goodness! So he's gonna roll for that. Oh goodness! 17 plus 5. That definitely hits. That's 1d8. Plus 3. That's 3 plus 6 damage. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, that's okay. We're not done yet. This is Ming's high level. It's fine. All right. It's Ming. So that's its turn, and the lion's like laying on top of him. Ming's got to do something. He's gonna stab as hard as he can with his sword. Try and get this. That's going to be 12 plus 8. That's 20. Unnatural 20. That's definitely going to hit. Right? So it hits. And then it's only one-handed, so it's a 1d8 plus 5. That's 8 plus 5 equals 13 damage. So, alright. So it does half damage. Ming just reaches up and pulls his sword out. Into the blood spurts out of the lion's side. It roars loudly. At this point, I think the camp realizes what's going on. But we're not going to give him a chance to give him this fight. This is Ming's fight, okay? Ming needs this victory, okay? So, he does that. He has one more attack. He's just going to stab again as hard as he can. Again, d20. 1 away. 19 plus, yeah, it definitely hits. Man, 1 away from an natural 20. Oh well. d8 plus 5. Oh, it only does 7 damage. But still, that brings it down to a 6 HP. Stabs again. Stabs again. In the, maybe up closer towards the breast. Pulls it out. It roars. And, Ming's trying to push it off. No, it's clearly got its paw right on Ming's chest. And he's going to go for it. And he's going to go for a bite attack now. It's his turn. He gets advantage because he's right there and he's got his paw right on Ming. This isn't good. So, okay, 13 plus 5 equals 18. That definitely is going to hit Ming's armor class. That is going to be a 1d8 plus 3. Oh, 1. Okay, so that's only 4 damage. That's good. Okay. And so then it's going to take its claws and sink into Ming as well. Again, with advantage. So that definitely hits. 19 plus 5 definitely hits. And that's a 1d6 plus 3 for 7 damage. Yikes. Alright. So Ming's bloodied. This thing's bloodied. It's now Ming's turn. He's got the claws kind of scraping through. He reached down and bit into Ming's arm. He reaches down and Ming quickly put his arm up and the thing latched into his arm like this and he pulled out. Blood's going everywhere. Oh, it's not good. Ming's it's the creature itself is crying in response. Clearly, this creature is not suited for this environment. As the Dwarven captain said, it probably escaped from a troop of traveling bards or something, right? A circus, basically. Either way, this is not. Ming is essentially putting it out of its misery at this point, but he's not going to go down without a fight. So Ming's going to stab again as hard as he can. 10 plus 8 is 18. Armor class 12. That definitely hits. That's going to be a 1d8. 4 plus 5. That's 9. That will down this creature. So Ming, actually, I'm thinking. What I'm imagining is. The lion, reaches down to bite at Ming's face. Ming quickly gets, his arm in the way, and so the lion's locked onto his arm, and Ming uses that, and he takes his sword and just straight into the lion's neck, and his eyes get wide, its jaw loosens, and you hear it go, make a whimper noise as it dies. And it just slumps down on top of Ming. I think at that point, Ming can hear the footsteps of people running up. He looks up, and in the very dim light, he can see Korban. No, doesn't even have his armor on, just in his sleeping. He's got his shield and morning star. What is it? What? And he looks at the lion, and Ming's standing covered. The lion's bleeding, Ming's bleeding, there's blood everywhere. And everyone's just like, "Are you okay? Get this thing off of me." And so they help him move the lion, and he gets up. And Ming's feeling, he feels, he feels it, right? And at that point, I think Korban is going to look at Ming and go, "You've defeated a mighty beast all by yourself. That is something to be proud of." Not really, but still. Thank you. Rahav. And she walks up, and she looks at Ming. "Kneel, young monk." "What?" "Kneel." So Ming, not even realizing why he's doing that, kneels. And Rahav takes her hand, and it glows energy, and she touches him. She's going to use her healing to heal him. And then, whenever she does that, she touches both his shoulders and says, "Rise, Ming Zhao, Order of the Dragon, Lionsbane." And so he stands up. Wait, what? What just happened? And then Korban puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "You have been gifted a name by Shadowray, Lionsbane. It fits you." Really? Ming's a little taken. He's such a kid. He really is such a kid. He's so innocent sometimes. Really? Really? I get a name from a god, from a real deity? What? And so, as they're walking back to camp, Ming's like, what does this mean? Like, do I get special privileges? Like, and Korban goes, No. It simply means that others will recognize your name going forward. You now have a reputation that I will spread whenever I talk of you. Ming Zhao, Lionsbane. And so, Ming is he's happy about that. He's happy. I'm happy about that. But still, very cool. Ming has a new name. And we're going to end the scene there. That's the second segment of the trip. Yeah, so we're actually going to end our session there as well. Sorry for the long combat last time and the long combat this time, but still, yeah, everything's going well. They're on their way. They all go back. Ming cleans up, before going back to sleep. The lion that got out of the circus is dealt with, and we're moving on. So, hey, and we've got an active mine now back there that may come into play. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, that's all for now. I'm glad that you guys are sticking this out, watching me, and joining me for these adventures. Please make sure you like, subscribe, all the dumb YouTube stuff. I don't really care if you're watching this. I hope you are. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast. This is the first time I get to play in a long time. I hope that you'll continue to follow along with me. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.